National Electrical Code Article 110.26 addresses working space in front of equipment. Subparagraph 1 discusses depth. The depth of the working space in front of electrical equipment shall be a minimum of 3 feet or 914 millimeters. Subparagraph 2 addresses width. The width of the working space in front of electrical equipment shall be sufficient for the intended maintenance and replacement of the equipment. Article 230.70 addresses clearance for overcurrent protection devices. Paragraph 1 discusses clearance for operation. Working space shall be provided in accordance with 110.26 in front of all load centers, panel boards, and similar distribution equipment so that the operator can examine, adjust, or replace any device without removing obstacles or working in cramped conditions. The top breaker in the meter main should be less than 6 feet 6 inches above grade to ensure proper working space for operation. The code does not specify a specific height for breakers, but it requires adequate working space for examination, adjustment, and replacement. These code sections emphasize the importance of providing adequate working space around electrical equipment to ensure the safety and accessibility of the equipment for maintenance and operation. Firstly, the depth requirement ensures that there is sufficient space for a person to stand and work comfortably in front of the equipment. This is crucial for performing tasks such as inspecting wiring, troubleshooting issues, and replacing components. A minimum depth of 3 feet provides enough room to avoid feeling cramped or restricted, which can increase the risk of accidents or errors. Secondly, the width requirement focuses on providing sufficient lateral space for maintenance and replacement activities. The exact width needed will depend on the size and complexity of the equipment, as well as the specific tasks that need to be performed. Generally, the width should be large enough to allow a person to move freely and access all parts of the equipment without obstructions. Thirdly, the clearance for overcurrent protection devices ensures that there is adequate space in front of load centers, panel boards, and similar distribution equipment. This is particularly important because these devices are responsible for protecting electrical circuits from overloads and short circuits. Having sufficient working space in front of these devices allows operators to examine, adjust, or replace them safely and efficiently. The intent of this requirement is to prevent situations where workers have to remove obstacles or work in cramped conditions, which can increase the risk of electrical shock or other injuries. The NEC emphasis on working space reflects a broader concern for electrical safety. By providing adequate space around electrical equipment, the code aims to reduce the risk of accidents, improve the efficiency of maintenance and repair work, and ensure the long-term reliability of electrical systems. The specific height of the top breaker in the meter main is not explicitly defined in the code, but the requirement for adequate working space effectively limits the maximum height. If the top breaker is too high, it may be difficult for a person to reach and operate it safely, especially when wearing personal protective equipment. Therefore, the recommendation to keep the top breaker below 6 feet 6 inches is based on practical considerations and the need to comply with the general working space requirements. In addition to the NEC requirements, local codes and regulations may also apply. It is important to consult with local authorities to ensure that all applicable requirements are met. Proper planning and installation are essential for ensuring the safety and reliability of electrical systems. This includes carefully considering the location of equipment, the available working space, and the accessibility of components for maintenance and repair. By following these guidelines, it is possible to create electrical installations that are both safe and efficient. The working space requirements specified in the NEC are not arbitrary. They are based on years of experience in research, and they reflect a deep understanding of the risks associated with electrical work. By adhering to these requirements, electricians and other electrical workers can significantly reduce the risk of accidents and injuries. In addition to the specific requirements for depth, width, and clearance, the NEC also includes general requirements for working space. These requirements address issues such as lighting, ventilation, and access. For example, the code requires that working spaces be adequately illuminated to allow workers to see clearly. It also requires that working spaces be properly ventilated to prevent the buildup of hazardous gases or fumes. Furthermore, The code requires that working spaces be readily accessible, meaning that workers should be able to enter and exit the space without difficulty. All of these requirements are designed to create a safe and comfortable working environment for electrical workers. The NEC is a comprehensive document that covers a wide range of electrical topics. It is updated regularly to reflect changes in technology and best practices. Electricians and other electrical workers should stay up to date on the latest version of the code to ensure that they are following the most current requirements. The NEC is not just a set of rules, it is a guide to safe electrical practices. By understanding and following the code, electrical workers can protect themselves and others from the hazards of electricity. The code is also important for ensuring the reliability of electrical systems. By following the code, electrical workers can help to prevent equipment failures and power outages. In conclusion, the working space requirements specified in the NEC are essential for ensuring the safety and reliability of electrical systems. These requirements address issues such as depth, width, clearance, lighting, ventilation, and access. By following these requirements, electrical workers can reduce the risk of accidents, improve the efficiency of maintenance and repair work, and ensure the long-term performance of electrical systems. The NEC is a valuable resource for anyone who works with electricity. By understanding and following the code, electrical workers can protect themselves and others from the hazards of electricity. So remember to always consult the latest edition of the NEC and any applicable local codes and regulations before performing any electrical work. Always prioritize safety and take the necessary precautions to protect yourself and others from electrical hazards. Ensuring adequate working space around electrical equipment is a critical aspect of electrical safety and code compliance. It's not just about meeting the minimum requirements, but about creating a safe and efficient environment for those who work with and maintain electrical systems. By adhering to the NEC and prioritizing safety, we can minimize risks and ensure the reliable operation of electrical systems for years to come. Always double-check all of your work and make sure it adheres to the local and NEC code. The code is updated every 3 years, so make sure you have the latest copy. Electrical work is not something to take lightly, so you need to make sure all work is compliant. Electrical work can be dangerous, so you should always hire a professional for the electrical work. Make sure that they know what they are doing and that they have the right licenses and certifications. Also, you should check their insurance to make sure they're insured. This protects you if something goes wrong during the work. Electrical work is important and it needs to be done right. If you don't know what you're doing, then you should not attempt to do it yourself. You should always hire a professional for the work. Electrical safety is important and you need to make sure that you are doing everything you can to protect yourself. This means following the NEC and the local regulations. It also means hiring a professional for the work. Electrical work is not something to take lightly, so you need to make sure you are doing everything you can to protect yourself. Always use the right safety equipment when working with electricity. This includes gloves, safety glasses, and insulated tools. Make sure to de-energize the circuit before working on it. Always test the circuit to make sure it is de-energized. Never work on a live circuit. This is extremely dangerous and can be fatal. Electricity is dangerous and you need to take it seriously. Always follow the safety precautions and hire a professional for the work. This will help to protect you and others from electrical hazards. The NEC is a valuable resource that provides guidance on safe electrical practices. It is important to understand and follow the code to minimize the risk of electrical accidents and ensure the reliable operation of electrical systems. Always consult the latest edition of the NEC and any applicable local codes and regulations before performing any electrical work. Prioritize safety and take the necessary precautions to protect yourself and others from electrical hazards. Electrical safety is everyone's responsibility. By working together and following the NEC, we can create a safer environment for all. Remember to stay informed, stay safe, and always prioritize electrical safety. By following these guidelines, you can help to prevent electrical accidents and ensure the reliable operation of electrical systems for years to come. If you are ever unsure about something, it is always best to consult with a qualified electrician or electrical engineer. They can provide you with expert advice and guidance to ensure that your electrical work is safe and compliant with all applicable codes and regulations. Electrical safety is a serious matter and it should never be taken lightly. By following the NEC and taking the necessary precautions, you can help to protect yourself and others from the hazards of electricity. Electrical work can be dangerous, so it's important to be aware of the risks involved. Always wear appropriate personal protective equipment, such as gloves, safety glasses, and insulated tools. Before working on any electrical circuit, always de-energize it and verify that it is de-energized using a voltage tester. Never work on a live circuit. Electricity can be deadly, so it's important to take all necessary precautions. If you're not comfortable working with electricity, it's best to hire a qualified electrician. They have the knowledge and experience to safely perform electrical work. Electrical safety is everyone's responsibility. By following these tips, you can help to prevent electrical accidents and ensure the safety of yourself and others. Remember to always be careful and to prioritize safety when working with electricity. If you are not sure about something, ask for help from a qualified professional. Electrical work can be dangerous, but by following these tips, you can help to minimize the risks and stay safe. The NEC is a complex document, but it is essential for ensuring electrical safety. It is important to understand the code and to follow it when performing any electrical work. If you are not familiar with the NEC, it is best to consult with a qualified electrician. They can help you to understand the code and to ensure that your electrical work is compliant. Electrical safety is a serious matter, and it should never be taken lightly. By following the NEC and taking the necessary precautions, you can help to protect yourself and others from the hazards of electricity. Electrical work is not something to take lightly. It is important to be careful and to take all necessary precautions. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, it is best to hire a qualified electrician. They have the knowledge and experience to safely perform electrical work. Electrical safety is everyone's responsibility. By following these tips, you can help to prevent electrical accidents and ensure the safety of yourself and others. Always remember to stay safe and to prioritize electrical safety. Electricity is a powerful force, but it can be dangerous if not handled properly. By following the NEC and taking the necessary precautions, you can help to minimize the risks and stay safe.